welcome to Pet Pals. I'm Bethany Davidson, the Humane Educator here at Frederick County Animal Control and Pet Adoption Center. And back with me this week is pet wrangler and volunteer Randy Cooper. First up today we have Charlie. Charlie is a 3-year-old Jack Russell Terrier mix. He is one of our volunteer favorites here at the shelter. He came to us because his owners had to move, and he had some bad habits when he came in. But he's the perfect example of what happens when you spend time with a dog. A lot of our volunteers have been putting in many hours working with Charlie, getting him out in the play yard, seeing how he's behaving and interacting with other dogs, and those problems for the most part seem to be resolved. Charlie doesn't like to have his mouth touched, but that's an easy thing to avoid doing. Never stick your hand in his mouth, approach him from the back. He'll drop the ball when you ask him to drop it, so he's still, there's a lot of playfulness in him. You don't have to worry about that mouth issue so much. Charlie came into the shelter with some other animals, some of which were cats, so he gets along well with other dogs, cats, people. He does prefer older children, so he doesn't like to interact with babies and toddlers. So we're suggesting that he go to a family with only adults or older children, but that's a case-by-case basis. So if you come in and you think that Charlie is a good fit for your family and you do have younger children, that's always something that we can discuss. As you can see, he's perfectly happy sitting on Randy's lap, getting some attention, loves, cuddles. He walks well on leash, and he's going to make a perfect pet for some family, and we hope that that family comes and finds Charlie really soon. Next up we have Jack, and Jack's been in the shelter just a little over a month. He is a 1 to 2-year-old Chihuahua mix. He has been getting a lot of attention from our visitors, partially because he's so playful and full of energy, and partially because people are attracted to his unique coloring, the white and merle. Jack is, because of his size, Jack is going home via the puppy process. We just want to make sure that he's not going to a home where there's going to be a lot of kids that are going to be rough with him. He is more fragile than the bigger dogs. That puppy process means that we'll be taking 4 applications for Jack, and we're going to decide then which family is the best fit so that he goes home to a family that's going to take the best care of him, and it's going to be his forever home. Because his previous owners left most of Jack's profile blank, we don't really know much about him. We know what we learned from our interactions with him here at the shelter. What we know so far is that he can be a little shy, so you need to approach him slowly, and once he warms up, like he's warmed up to Randy, he loves to be petted, he loves to play, he's full of energy. All of our volunteers say that he walks well on leash, and he doesn't really seem to have any negative behaviors, but he is a little stressed. A lot of animals are stressed here in the shelter, and once he gets into his forever home, he'll probably adjust very nicely as he's adjusted here with Randy. So if you're looking for a small dog to incorporate into your home, please stop by and visit Jack. This little girl is Laylee, and she is a typical puppy in every sense of the word. She's all over the place, she's full of energy, she doesn't know what she wants to get into next, and while she's so super cute, things that she's doing now that are easily managed at her 20 pounds might not be so easily managed when she gets to be 60, 70 pounds. So puppies are going to take a lot of work. They have a lot of negative habits. We have to teach them, like we have to teach our children, how to behave. Right now, Laylee has a bit of a chewing and a barking problem, but all of that can be taken care of with some puppy classes, which is recommended. Our staff has evaluated her, and they say that she will definitely need some puppy training in the future. She gets along well with other dogs, other children, people. She has not had any interaction with cats, so if you are hoping to incorporate her into a home with cats, we're not sure how she'll do with that. She is, as you can see, quite playful and energetic. And she loves people. When we tested her, she would rather play with people than toys. So she's going to be the type of dog that's going to love to go to the park and go for walks with you and just spend time with your family. She was given up to us for financial reasons. She came from a home with multiple pets, so she's just looking for her forever home here with us. Since she is 4 months old, every dog under the age of 1 will go through our puppy process. So that means we're going to take 4 applications for her, and then we'll decide what family is best suited to take care of her and make sure that they're modifying her behaviors and training her and turning her into the great dog that she has the potential to be. If you are interested in adopting Laylee, please be sure to stop by and visit her here at Frederick County Animal Control and Pet Adoption Center. This is Victoria. She's a familiar face here on Pet Pals. She's making another appearance today because so many dogs have recently gone to their forever homes, and that's a good thing for us, and it's a good thing for Victoria because now she gets a second chance to be seen here on Pet Pals, so maybe she will be the next one to go home to her new family. Victoria is much more manageable, as you can see, because she's 2 to 3 years old, so she's a lot calmer than a puppy. She already has a lot of good manners. She loves to play. She walks well on leash. Our volunteers say that she's very friendly, and she was out the other day walking with close to some other dogs. She doesn't have any issues with other dogs. They had good interactions together. She was brought to us as a stray, so other than the things that we know about her from our volunteers, we don't know very much. But as you can see, she's very treat motivated. She's waiting for Randy to pull another treat out of his pocket, and she loves to be petted. She has those beautiful floppy ears that give her a lot of great personality, and she's just looking for somebody who's going to take her out and play and love on her, and we're hoping that here in the next couple of days, Victoria will join her fellow kennel mates in her forever home. Next up, we have something a little different for you. If you're looking for a non-traditional pet, you don't want to go for the typical cat or dog, a rabbit might be right for you. And this is Spice. She's actually our longest bunny resident. She's been here since February trying to find her forever home. She is an adult lop rabbit, and since the time that she's been here, she's been litter trained and she's been spayed. She enjoys being petted. She likes to sit on your lap, but she is a little shy. It takes her a little time to warm up to you, but once she does, she's a bit of a cuddle bug. She came to us from her owners. They gave her up because they didn't have enough time for her. While bunnies are cute, they require just as much time, care, and maintenance as a cat or a dog would. They need to have outside time, play time. They require different things for their litter, different things for their food. So you don't want to get them and just assume that you can leave them in a cage. They are a lot of work, just like any other pet. Spice likes carrots. Her previous owner was giving her carrots and apples. While you can give them those special treats, those things are like desserts, and you only want to give them small amounts. You want to make sure that they're getting their regular vegetables and their pellets to keep them healthy. Just like you wouldn't want to give your kids too many sweets, you don't want to give your animals too many sweets. So this is Spice, and if you're looking for a unique pet, come in and check her out. That's it for this section of Pet Pals. After the commercial break, we'll be here with some feline friends that you might want to add to your home.
So, I'm kind of new here, but I've noticed a trend. My human does this funny thing where she goes around and gets all my toys, and then she hides them in that basket by the door. It's like, hello, that's where you put it last time. You were the worst at hide and go seek.
Hi, I'm Tracy, and this is Catherine. We are Frederick County 911 dispatchers, and we're here to tell you what to expect when dialing 911.
We're on the line to listen, and we also have important instructions to give you. Your 911 operator needs to get essential information from you as quickly as possible by asking the following questions in this order.
What is the address of the emergency so we can send the right help to the right location? What is the phone number you're calling from? If the line disconnects, we may need to call you back. What is your name so we can address you properly? And tell me exactly what happened. Asking these questions allows operators to start dispatch to emergencies quickly.
Your 911 operator is often working closely with one or more dispatchers, obtaining important information which is relayed to responders who are on the way to your location while you are still on the phone.
This process is repeated on each call to ensure responders get to each emergency as quickly and safely as possible with the right information to provide the best service they can.
Law enforcement, fire and rescue, and other responders rely on 911 operators and dispatchers to obtain specific information that varies with each type of call. Sometimes it may seem as though your 911 operator is asking a series of unnecessary questions, but in fact this information is vital for getting the right help sent to the right place. Often, help is already on the way while your 911 operator is talking to you.
While emergency crews are responding, dispatchers continue to provide them with updated information gathered by your 911 operator.
Also, your 911 operator may be able to provide you with important life-saving direction, from how to safely exit a building on fire to CPR instruction, providing important information for staying safe and out of danger during a vehicle accident, as well as helping a caller deliver a baby.
For more information, visit frederickcountymd.gov/911 or call the non-emergency number at 301-600-1603.
Welcome back. Up first here with our feline friends, we have Elliot. Elliot is a 2 to 3-year-old male, and he was a stray found in Frederick, so we don't know a lot about him. Our volunteers have had a lot of interaction with him though, and they say that he's very sweet. He's very social. He came right out of his cage, right out of his cat carrier, and plopped himself down on Randy's lap. He's a little shy at first. He's taking in all of his new surroundings. He's very inquisitive, looking around with his beautiful big eyes and sniffing things out with his cute little pink nose. Elliot is color-coded orange, which means he's a typical average cat. He likes to play and he likes to sit on your lap, but like most cats, he does everything on his terms. So, you know, just because you want to play doesn't mean that Elliot's going to want to do that with you. He is very inquisitive, as you can see, and he can't wait to get into a new home and see what's all the new things that are there for him to explore. So if you're interested in bringing the lovable Elliot into your home, please stop by and visit. This is a black olive. She is much happier now that she's out of her cat carrier and getting some love here on Randy's lap. Black Olive is 3 years old, and she came to us back in March because her owner was saying that she wasn't using her litter box. And a lot of animals come to us for different reasons, and that's a common reason because they're not going to the bathroom where their owners want them to. But that's easily fixed. A lot of animals will go because they don't think their litter box is clean enough, or they don't like the litter, or it's a way of them letting you know that there's something else wrong. So if you're having an issue, please, consult your vet. There might be a medical issue, there might be a urinary tract infection or something like that, or just change, you might not like where the litter box is. There's lots of things that you can do before you decide to relinquish your pet. Since Black Olive has been here, she's been a total love bug. If you open up her kennel, she'll walk right out onto your lap. She loves doing what she's doing right now, just getting lots of pets and love from Randy. A visitor this week actually put down their phone, and she was playing with a cat iPhone app, which she really enjoyed and couldn't get enough of that. As you can see, she is shedding a little bit, so that's something that you're going to have to take into consideration if you bring her into your home. She's going to need to be brushed, but I don't think that, given how much she loves being petted, that she'll have an issue with that. She loves to play, so she's going to be the perfect pet for any family. She has been exposed to dogs, other cats, and rabbits. Her previous home, she lived with all of those things. So if you want to be a multi-pet family, Black Olive will fit in quite nicely. But since she's been our longest resident, we are definitely eager to see her go to her forever home. If you want to check out Black Olive and see what kind of a fit she would be with your family, please stop by and visit her. This little guy is Kettle Corn, and he is unusually subdued right now. He came in with 3 of his brothers, and they are a playful, rambunctious bunch in their kennel, making lots of noise and breaking toys. That's typical behavior of a kitten. Sometimes they want to sit and cuddle and sleep, and sometimes they want to be wild and crazy and have lots of fun. He is currently 3 months old, and he is a product of our foster care system, so he's perfectly well socialized. As you can see, while he's sitting here playing with Randy, he's been exposed to people, he's gotten lots of attention, he's been around other animals, so he's going to fit nicely into any home. If you're looking for a kitten, this is the time to come by the shelter. It is kitten season, so we're getting lots of different kittens in. This is probably our peak time, so if you're looking for the super small kitten, stop by and see, Kettle Corn and some of his other friends. We also want to make sure that people know that all of the animals that leave the shelter are going to be spayed or neutered. So before Kettle Corn goes home, that will happen. He'll be rabies vaccinated, or you'll receive a voucher to get him vaccinated at your vet of your choice. He's going to go home for $97.50. So if you're looking to add a kitten to your home, stop by for a visit. This next little girl is Primrose, and while most people think of kittens as like what you saw with Kettle Corn at 9 to 11 months, Primrose is still a kitten. She still has a lot of that playful kitten energy, but she's a little more subdued, not nearly as rambunctious. She's more of an observer. She likes to watch what's going on around her. I'm sure as soon as she gets into her new home, she's going to love to walk around and explore all of her new surroundings. As you can see, she's perfectly happy to get some love here today, but she's still looking around. She is a tortie. She has a beautiful markings on her face and her nose. Her nose is kind of two-toned there with some black and orange. She came to us as a stray, so other than what our volunteers have observed about her, we don't know too much. She is pretty calm, and they say that she's going to be an undemanding pet. So she's not going to seek out too much of your attention. She's just going to kind of chill and be part of your family. She has beautiful eyes that are big and just say, "Come pet me." And she is a little shy in her kennel. She takes a little time to assess who you are. She wants to warm up to you before she comes to the front, but then once she gets used to you, she does like a lot of the attention that she's getting right now from Randy. So if you're looking to add maybe, you still want the young kitten that will be with you from the beginning, and you can kind of train them to your routine, she's a good choice, but you don't want the curtain climbing and all of the scratching. An older kitten might be a better fit for you. So this is Primrose, and she is a 9 to 11 month old domestic short hair cat. The last cat we have for you today is Odessa. She's 2 years old, and she came to us as a stray from Thurmont. She spent some time in foster care raising her 6 kittens, but now she's back on the adoption floor and ready to find a forever home of her own. Odessa prefers quiet. She doesn't like a lot of loud. She can be shy at first, so she needs a nice quiet environment, probably older kids or adults, maybe an older couple that want to take her in. But at 2, she still has a lot of life left in her, absolutely. Her foster parents say that she loves to play, and she's particularly fond of string toys and balls. They said that she likes to sit next to you and get attention, just like she's doing now. But they also noted that she makes sure that you notice her and that she's getting the adequate attention that she wants. So she's definitely going to be somebody that seeks you out when she's ready to cuddle and ready to play, and she's going to make sure that you know that she's in your home. Odessa was spayed since she's been here, and she's been vaccinated. So when you come in to visit her, she'll be a relatively quick adoption. The adoption turnaround is between 2 and 7 days, just because we want to make sure that everything is good and all the other animals in your home are rabies vaccinated, and that it's okay with your landlord that you have a pet. But if you're looking for somebody that's just going to chill out in your house and just be a quiet addition to your family, stop by and visit Odessa. That's going to do it for this edition of Pet Pals, but we do want to let everyone know about an upcoming event. July 23rd is going to be National Clear the Shelters Day. So in honor of that, we're going to be doing some special discounts for our animals here at Frederick County Animal Control and Pet Adoption Center. Starting July 18th and running through the end of the month, all of our cats and kittens, including Odessa here, will be going home for $23. And then on July 22nd and 23rd, all of our cats, kittens, dogs, and puppies will be going home for $23 in honor of the July 23rd Clear the Shelter Day. We will be doing some same-day adoptions, but there are specific criteria that must be met for that, and you can check out our website to learn more about those details, and our website is frederickcountymd.gov/FCAC. Well, that'll wrap it up for us today. Please stop by and visit if you're looking to add any animals to your home. Animal control, shelter, pound. People's perceptions of these words are as varied as the types of animals such organizations serve. But how many of us truly know what the role of these places is within our communities? The mission of the Frederick County Animal Control and Pet Adoption Center is broken down into 3 areas.
We've got several facets to what our mission is. Primarily it's to prevent cruelty and neglect of animals in Frederick County. We provide sheltering for homeless animals while they're waiting either for their owners to come get them or for adoption. We also have a component to educate the public as far as what we do here at Animal Control and what we expect from pet owners in the county.
Serving on the front lines in Frederick County, there are 6 animal control officers and an animal control supervisor.
The mission for our animal control officers is to ensure the safety and the welfare of the animals here in Frederick County, and also to enforce the relevant codes of the Frederick County, Frederick City, and State of Maryland codes. Our first tool is education. We talk to people every day, we educate people every day on how to be a more responsible pet owner, educate them on the local laws and ordinances here in Frederick County. If education doesn't work, we can proceed to verbal warnings, written warnings, and then ultimately civil citations, which is a fine. We respond to all types of complaints with domestic animals, from running at large to the pickup of stray animals, injured, sick, complaints of neglect and cruelty, and animal bites. For the wildlife here in Frederick County, we only respond to calls for sick, injured, or possibly rabid.
Animals make their way from the community to the shelter for a number of reasons, the most common of which are being picked up as strays or being relinquished by their owners to the division.
As soon as an animal arrives here, we start developing what their pathway might be, and that can be either return to their owner if it's a stray animal. That's our preference. If you're missing an animal, you want to check the shelter. Adoption is another outcome for animals that are brought in. Euthanasia is a last resort if an animal is deemed to be unadoptable for whatever reason, health, temperament, behavior. We also work with rescue organizations. So a lot of times if purebred animals come in, while we would love to make them available to Frederick County citizens, and we do, sometimes if we have an overpopulation of animals here, we work with rescue organizations. Rescues also help us with the overload of cats that we typically see through the year.
Animals that call animal control their home are not left to spend their days unattended and lonely in cages. A large staff and volunteer community work to ensure that all animals in the care of the Frederick County Animal Control and Pet Adoption Center are healthy and happy.
In-house in animal control, in our actual shelter facility, we make an effort to keep animals comfortable, to provide them enrichment by way of toys, interaction with people. We've got a large volunteer base that helps us achieve our mission. So our role here in-house is really to maintain animals as healthy as we can and as comfortable as we can during their short stay with us. The first thing we do with animals that once they come in, depending on if they're stray or owned, typically if they have no vaccine history, we try to offer them preventatives. So we have preventative vaccines, deworming, and flea and tick topicals that we administer upon entry or within 24 hours, and that is to protect the incoming animal as well as protecting the animals that are already here. Once an animal is taken in, we check for a microchip. We check lost reports to see if anybody might be missing this animal, and then we house the animal depending on what species it is. We're open admission, so we not only take in dogs and cats, we take in bunnies, we take in rodents, we take in poultry, we take in whatever animals need us. So we provide them appropriate housing, appropriate food, water, and so forth, just to kind of get them settled in. While they're here, our staff is constantly providing care, assessing their health, their behavior, and their temperament, and trying to continue to develop a pathway for where the animal will end up.
The hope is that each animal's pathway will lead to loving, permanent homes. But until then, the Frederick County Animal Control and Pet Adoption Center will be here to protect and care for all the animals in our community. If you would like to learn more about what goes on within the division or have general questions about animal welfare, call 301-600-1546 or visit frederickcountymd.gov/FCAC.